What is up, everybody, or 90 some people that watch me? Oop, hello, bada bing. Don't mind that. Let's just click that out here. Okay, today, as the title shows, I'm going to be doing a small little SFM basics tutorial on how to make a poster. Now, this is going to be only for a poster. If you would like any animation tutorial, I can do that as well. But that's up to you if this gets enough positive review, or not review, if this gets enough positive comments and likes and views, I will do a basics on animation. And it may not be the best because I'm still getting into, or not getting into the habit, but I'm still learning some, but I can still show you the basics. So, this is going to be uncut unless something takes too long or so on and so forth. So if I load in a map, I'll probably cut it to the map unless I talk through it. So let's get this loaded in slowly and steadily. For anyone, obviously, get to this menu right here. It's obvious what you should do. You click create. Oop, my OBS closed. There it is. And you wait for this to load, same as usual. If you've ever opened SFM and was kind of confused, you wait for this to load if you have a bunch of SFM add-ons. Alright, we are back after that finished loading, and if you downloaded any mods or workshop items, this will show up. And earlier today I installed this, so you just press OK and OK, and if something pulls up saying yes, no, yes to one, yes to all, just press yes to all. That just means that that one of them, or I don't know what it means actually. Just press yes all. It works. So let's load up a map. So I'm just gonna find a random Team Fortress map. Doesn't matter which one. Or wait, you know what? No, let's pull up a workshop, because I have more of those, and it will make more sense. Not really, but you get it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you get it. I can't break the fourth wall, so I don't know. Alright, let's just go to Ponyville map thing, because that has one area that's pretty good. I guess you could say an indoor area that has books and stuff. So you just wait for this to load, and I will cut this bit. So yeah. Alright, now that we are loaded into the map, you find the area. Well, no, actually, first you right click over in this area, or you can press the plus and go to create animation sets for new camera. You click that and it creates a camera. So you press the drop down and change scene and camera 1. And this is the camera that you created. And to move this around, you click on the camera, go down to this little box in the middle, the motion editor, and move it around. And move it to an area you'd like. And the way you can change the field of view, you can see that right here, there is the FOV, or you can use your scroll. Either one works too, but I usually find that the scroll is a little bit better because you don't have to click out and then move it and then all so forth. Also, if you press R, you can move it right to left, but I don't usually mess with that. So now that you have everything loaded, you set the camera where you would like it to be. So say, want it right here. You click out, you go to the camera, dependent on where the camera gets set, and you spawn a model. So basically just like how you spawned in the camera, it's going to be the same concept. So you either click here or right click, you go to create animation set for new model. Now you can do this with any model, it doesn't matter. Ooh, got an itch, my bad. It doesn't matter which model you use, but I would use the Team Fortress models, the TF_movie, or the Left 4 Dead movie models. So say I want, I don't know, screw it, let's do a Left 4 Dead model. So if I want to spawn Ellis, and the way to get him stuck on, well, not stuck on the ground, but have him not clip to the ground like that, how you can see his legs chopping through. We don't want him crippled, now do we? Now, you grab this thing, the little square, or you can do it this way. In these little boxes, you have that, this, and this. All these do certain things. The screen is basically the, well, if you'll pull up the name, is the the rotation tool. Screen is basically the rotation tool, but it does. Oh, well, there's my cat. Hello. But it doesn't have these lines to make fine-tuned turns. But I usually use screen because, well, it's easy. So you grab Ellis by the square or whatever you have it set to. You press shift and it will latch him, well, put him above the ground. Now that's, well, you can hear my cat now. Now that you have your model and you have him placed where you want him to be placed, you set up the camera, which I'm just going to make this a simple spot. And what I would recommend doing is go to right here, the model, and right click, go to rig, and go to rig_bipped_simple. This gives him a rig, which what a rig is basically, it gets rid of most of the lines in the arms, so you can move it more precise. So you can move like the hands and stuff without having to click in here, so forth. Now, to put him in a stance, basically you can put him in any type of stance you would like, but if you were wanting to, say, have him standing in one spot, you would go to this tool and just move his arms. Oh, my bad. Had to swallow in a bit, or swallow in, if I could speak English. So just move his arms where you would like them. I'm just going to do a simple pose, like just a simple stance, I guess you could say. And just move this there, that there. And now for this part. The bend the knees, there's pretty much one way you can do it. There is probably more, but this is a bit simpler. So if you hold control is what pulls up this menu. I forgot to say that in the beginning. If you hold control, it pulls up the stuff to click on his arms and stuff. Now, if you hold control and shift, it adds this little plus sign, and you click right, or rig _ hand right, rig hips, rig pelvis, and rig _ hand left. Now what that does is allows you to move the ones you selected. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to move the knees. So I click the ones I wanted, and it moves all those body parts. So now he has a little bend to his knees. So now he doesn't look like he's like just on like really straightened knees. I guess you could say. Now, I'm gonna move the camera just so. Well, hold on. I'm scoot the camera back. Alright. Now, well, hold on. Come on. Alright, there's many things you can do after this. You can keep fiddling with the model that you have, or you can go on to lighting and stuff. But right now, I'm just going to put him in a little pose, like say he's waving, I guess you could say. So move his arms around. Just scoot everything around, doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it looks good to you. Right now I'm just speeding through this because I'm not wanting to make him look pretty. I just want him to have a basic pose. Oh my, his arm. Oops, oopsie, no. Come on, Alice, no, bring your arm out. Might wanna. Alright, yeah, that works. Drag this out. Come on, no, come on, there. Now, oops. Now that you have your model posed the way you'd like it, don't mind the fingers that are over there that are sticking out. That'll be fine. Now, To move the fingers, that out. To move the fingers, you would have to search for them. So this is his right hand, so you would go to, if everything wasn't open, you would click the drop down, go to rig arm, and go to right finger. This just moves the fingers all consecutively. You can, his hand look kind of weird. You can click them all and move them all at once. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but unless you're kind of in a hurry and you want to make something quick, then you could do that. And now on to the lighting. The lighting is, I clicked something I didn't mean to click. The lighting is usually the core of a poster. And usually it's what gives it definition. So what you would do for lighting, usually what makes a good poster is having more than only 1 or 2 lighting sources. So I would usually use 3, because as you can see when you look around there, there's the chandelier, and then there's different other chandeliers, but the way it seems like the light is hitting off of them seems that it's hitting from the top. So what we will do here is add a light, and if you don't have the second window or the primary window open, that's usually up here, I have mine taken away. If you would like to do that, you can do it, but what I do is I have it taken away, so I come to the window and click primary, and that allows me to move it around. And you grab the light, you drag it into there, and you can move the light around. So say the light is reflecting off, because when I go away it looks like the light is hitting from the top. You can set it there, and the intensity is how intense it is. So say we don't need a lot of brightness, we get a little bit. And the same as the first light, you just grab it and move it around. Oops, didn't mean it to go through the wall. So just get your light sources where you would like them to be. And I will add one more, just so he doesn't look very bland. And this does take a bit of time getting used to, like figuring out like what parts look good and what doesn't. It's just all personal preference, honestly. So now on to the camera. We've already got the camera set up the way you would like it, but next step is you have everything set up, and let's just have him looking over because he kind of looks kind of confused. Have him look at the camera. You can mess with his face, make him blink, mess with his mouth, pretty much do whatever you want to him. Let's just say he's happy, make him smile, give him a little creepy smile, I guess. Let's just make him look kind of creepy, because everybody likes creepy Ellis. There. Now Ellis looks fabulous. Now the next step on what you should do is click on the camera, and you see this thing called focal distance. This pretty much shows the blur in the background, because you know how when you look at something behind it is blurry. The focal distance does that. Once you have it set to where you would like it, so it's inside where it's supposed to be, go to aperture and turn that up. Usually I would do it near the middle or past the R, because it gives it kind of a weirdish tone. Gives it kind of like a, not really movie, but gives it more depth. Now down here on the SSAO bias, SSAO strength, and SSAO radius, what these do is the little shadows. So the SSA bias shows how much of the shadow will be showing. Usually I keep this default or lower, but usually default is pretty good for most things. Strength is just how dark the shadows will be. If you turn it all the way down, he'll be shadowless. If you turn it up, the shadows will be pretty dark. Now radius is basically the same thing, except it makes it go out farther. Usually if you were working with a Team Fortress model, you would go probably past the S or lower. But if you're wanting something realistic, you could make it higher or lower. It just depends on how you want it. The bloom doesn't really do much, because once you render it, it doesn't really show. And map tone just lowers the map, like it lowers the map's brightness, and if you were to lower it, you'd probably want to higher the density of the lights so he pops out a bit more. There. Now that you have your model set and everything is ready, what I would do first is right click out here and I'll pull up this menu. Click render settings and use camera settings. Click on that. Usually if you're wanting a high quality one, I would click 1024 or 1024 or override. Or if you're wanting to make a quick one for, say, a thumbnail, you would go either 64 or 32. It's just usually between these three. But it doesn't matter most of the time, because if you're using it as a thumbnail, it's kind of condensed down a bit. So just for the sake of time purposes, I'll set it to 32. Motion blur you really don't need right now. And this is basic, or ambience is basically just if you turn it off, turns the shadows off. But what this also does is turn on outlines only. It leaves a black line. And if you turn on both, it leaves the black line and the AO. And the AO is basically just shadows. Now that you're done with your poster, click on the clip editor, and if it this is basically what the render is going to look like, and you like it, just click the motion editor. God, my brain. And, well, you don't have to click the motion editor, but I prefer clicking on the motion editor because if something goes wrong, I can quickly come back and fix it if it looked kind of choppy. Now, you got your poster set up. You go to File, Export, Poster. You click, and you can save it or not. I'm not going to save it because I honestly don't need the poster. Now, click. Oh, oops. Let me go back. Go back, please. No, well, never mind. Just follow the spot I clicked, which was these three dots. These three dots will show you your directory. And if mine wouldn't be so slow, I would click on my main directory. Oop, okay, no. Okay, there it goes. Now, I have mine already set to it, so I usually have mine set to the desktop. So just for the video poster. Now, you have three options for the format. You can do a TGA. TGA is usually for Adobe Photoshop and other types of editing. PNG is probably if you want the highest quality of a poster. And JPEG, usually JPEG is something I would use for thumbnails and other type of stuff, because I tried using a PNG file on a thumbnail and it would not let me. So because I'm going to be using this as the thumbnail, I'm going to click JPEG and just press export. And usually how much you have the rendering set to, because I set mine to 32, it shouldn't take so long to load, and see, it's going by pretty quick. And once this is done, this will be basically it for the video. Now I will come to the poster, wherever it went, if I can find it. Yeah, video poster. And this is what it came out to look like. Now, you can see kind of, if you look closely, you can see kind of, it's hard to see, but there's little squares. Usually to fix that, you up the setting that I was talking about, the render setting, and it will make it more higher. Well, it's a higher setting, of course, but it will get rid of most of those squares. Now that you have the poster, you basically know how to make a poster now. Alright, and that's basically it. So this will be the just one thing. My English sucks. This is just going to be the poster portion. If you would like me to do an animation portion, I will be gladly to do it, but you guys have to comment and tell me whether I should, or if this video gets enough views and enough likes, I will consider making an animated portion. And if I do put music in the video, I will leave the music in the description, so you don't ask me what song I used. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.